What's up, my beautiful clients? I wanted to record this just for you, and I wanted to do it earlier, but this is just the timing it had to be. I'm sitting in front of Kaylee's dance class, and I have literally like 10 minutes before I have to go in and pick her up. So I was like, now is as good a time as any. And you are my peeps, you are my loves, you're my family, so I get to show up however I get to show up. But I was really feeling called to just deliver this mini training to a few of you guys specifically today, it being Ash Wednesday. And this is not about religion. This is not about any type of dogma. This is just my inner reflection on really leaning into and being open to spiritual fitness and my own journey, kind of working through physical fitness and feeling like I've come all the way around full circle in that arena, and then diving into the mindset piece and really exploring as a coach, mental fitness, and now this last piece, the spiritual fitness. And so I find this to be a really interesting time of year, and I also find this to be a really interesting day. So Ash Wednesday actually fell on the new moon, which is really like just so much spiritual depth here. And so here's what I want to offer, a simple training, because maybe you're feeling it. Maybe you're feeling it because it is Ash Wednesday and there's a lot of like, what are you going to give up? What are you going to sacrifice, for the next 40 days? It's somber, it's melancholy. And with the new moon, every new moon, every month, it's kind of like, oh, I feel a lot of mourning, because we're kind of like shedding and clearing and cleansing, and our path is becoming open, because in a new moon we're opening ourselves up, and our cellular structures opening up to receive what's new, what we're about to rebirth. So there's always kind of this like mourning a loss and then rebirthing. So perhaps the past couple of days you have felt more intense energy. I know I certainly have, more of a melancholy, more of a mourning, more of a loss. What showed up for me personally in the past couple of days was just nervousness, just a shit ton of nervous energy, just nervous, anxious, almost panicky. And what I've been able to recognize, and again, my own spiritual fitness over the past few years, is when I start to feel like that and stepping in and noticing and realizing, oh wait, is this even mine? And being more sensitive and more aware to the fact that I'm picking up how people are feeling right now. And so you might be experiencing that too. We're in this place, and again, there's like a lot of talk about sacrifice and giving stuff up and hard and suffer and struggle, and that's very dark. It's a very low frequency, and it's all man-made fear. And the spirituality of this time of year, if we're following like a Lenten structure here, it's not, sacrifice is actually a beautiful word. It has nothing to do with struggle and pain and suffering. That's our own human conditioning. That is our societal programming, and again, the dogma of it. Sacrifice is actually a gift. Sacrifice, in the purest sense of the word, it's purification and enlightenment. It's an opportunity to purify. In other words, to heal. And when you do that, you actually create more space. So we talk about this on a physiological level. You create more space in your cells. And when your cells expand, like even in your skin, when your skin cells expand, you have less wrinkles. When your hair follicles have that attachment to expanded cellular structures, your hair shines more. Your nails grow more quicker, listen to me, more quickly. So when your cells open up and expand, they create like almost like a juiciness. And guess what? just like plants, just like everything else in nature, when cells expand, they hold more light. There's a prismatic element to cells, and they hold more light. Think about that. That's fucking revolutionary. So sacrifice is really looking at, where am I holding on to these constrictive beliefs, feelings that keep me blocked, that keep me limited, that keep my cells closed up? And how can I open that up? So here is my challenge over the next day or two. And it'll be a question you'll answer, and then perhaps you can pursue this over the next 40 days of Lent. What is something that you really don't like about yourself, that you hide in shame, like really hide? And my calling is to ask you and invite you to perhaps see how you can love that. Just sit with that for a second. Can you love that? And even if you can't find a trait, or maybe you're overwhelmed with all these things I don't like about myself, or maybe, going to like the physical and just being so self-critical of everything physical about you that you don't like. And that may be a little surface level for what we're talking about in terms of spiritual fitness. Perhaps it's looking at past behaviors and saying, wow, can I love that? Let me give you a very vulnerable example. I am going to a retreat for a week next week. Very excited. It's very intense, very deep dive, and it's exploratory. I'm going to learn so much. I'm going to integrate and up level in so many different ways. And it's a place I've never gone before in my spiritual journey, and I'm scared. And I also have tacked on because I'm scared, I've tacked on all these thoughts and judgments about it. So in my doing so, I noticed that I wasn't fully honest with some people in my life about what I'll actually be doing there. And it made me feel really bad about myself. Like, oh, how could I be dishonest with the people I love? How could I not tell them something? I'm a liar. I'm a horrible person. And I just went right into this intense self-beatdown. Like, how could I ever be dishonest? I'm not a liar, but I'm a liar. I am. Oh my God, right? And just really leaning in and being like, you know what? Can I love that? Not because like, oh, I'm proud of the fact that I, didn't give full disclosure. It's more, can I love this pain that I'm experiencing, this trigger that it caused? Can I love that it happened and see it as just what it is? It was a decision, and it allows me to heal it. It allows me to step through a door and move into a deeper understanding of my thinking self, my ego self, just seeing that was just a way for it to protect me, not just the omitting all of the facts. That was a way to protect me, but also then recognizing that it was that I was doing that, and then trying to guilt myself about it. That was really the piece. Can I love on the piece of myself that shamed me for doing that, when it was all just simply what it was? Not right, not wrong. But can I meet that with love energy, as opposed to meeting that with shame and guilt energy? Because when we meet it with love, it melts, whatever it is. But when we meet something that we don't like about ourselves, or some behavior, with shame and guilt, all it does is cause us suffering. And that, to me, is what Lent is about. Can we purge that? I hope that makes sense. I'm really excited to share this. I'm going to send this out to you guys, and I hope that you hit me back and let me know what comes through, and let's work through this a little bit. And perhaps, again, using the next 40 days to really contemplate on this. Like, what's that one thing that you hide? If you can bring that into the light and you can touch it with love, touch the fear with love, and it melts. And then you get to open a door into your next expression of your soul. And that creates more spiritual fitness. right? More joy, more bliss, more magic and miracles everywhere. That's all I want for you. That's all I want for everyone. Much love. Peace out.